Hey guys, welcome back to the Built Kinda Right channel. Today we're working on the derby car again. We got some big stuff we need to get done. Because I'm leaving here in a couple weeks for vacation, but this car's got to leave first. So we got the rear end stuff to do, bolting, wiring, stuff like that. So yeah, anyways, let's get after it. All right, guys, so Chris did get some work done while I was at work. He got the rear end out, you know, all this stuff kind of loose. I got to put the leaf springs back in there, but he got pretty much the majority of the big stuff out. So I'm going to show you what's going in this car. We're going to kind of see what the plan is and then go from there. This is a 14 bolt out of a Chevy pickup. This is a, get that out of the way, standard, you know, truck brand. This is basically indestructible. That's why we're putting this in there. But what we're going to do is we're going to knock that off of this tube, clean the tubes up completely, you know, as best we can. I have all new perches, anti-wrap perches and stuff that's going to go on this. But for now, we just got to get the tubes cleaned up, and then we can slide her under there, put it up into place, figure out drive shaft angle and all that, and then weld her in place. But we're going to start here first. That's the biggest job that needs to be done. The rest is just wiring and plumbing, finishing up plumbing, that kind of stuff. So let's do this. I'm going to set the camera up a time lapse and start knocking all this stuff off. Alright guys, so after quite a bit of, see the ground, quite a bit of grinding and beating on stuff, cleaning, the axle is prepped to go. So, hopefully it didn't land right on my cord, but we got the axle tubes all cleaned up. All the original welds are ground off. The only reason I did that is that's where the U-bolts are going to be now versus the perches, because the perches will be underneath. So I didn't want any issues with those U-bolts, you know, hitting those or tightening up or whatever. What we're gonna do is hang the front ends of the leaf springs, shimmy this sucker under there. I'm gonna have to clean this up real quick, but push this rear end under there, set the perches underneath kind of just loosely, and we'll pick everything up with the springs and all that, you know, get everything hung back under the car again. Then we'll be able to I don't have the U-bolts just yet for the rear end. I'm still waiting on those, so this is going to be kind of a, like, super rough in there. We can at least get the side to side correct, and then maybe some of the pinion action, but we won't be able to actually set the pinion until we get U-bolts on it loosely, so we can put the weight of the car on it and then adjust the pinion angle. So yeah, we're gonna, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna clean up in here a little bit and make way to get this under there. So I'll be back in just a second. All right guys, the rear end is under there. Obviously it's not exactly where it's going to be right now. It's more on the passenger side. But what I'm going to do is, instead of making you watch me fight this for like, 7 million hours, again, I'm going to just throw the camera up here, time lapse it, get this thing centered, get it up in the air, you know, get everything kind of mocked up, and then I'll go through how we're going to do this, I guess. I'm not really sure yet. We're kind of rolling as we go. Alright guys, that took me a little while to get this thing in here. Right now, we're exactly where we need to be. Pinion angle is somewhat close. I got these anti-wrap. Let's see if I can get a better... There we go. Anti-wrap perches from, I think it was Barnes 4-wheel drive, if I remember right. And I got these big old thick, massive plates for the bottom. So the cool thing about these is you see that there's a gap there. It should sink down when we cram her down with the old impact. But anyways, these have 3 slots. So I have them on the center one right now. If this axle is too big and it hits, we can always scoot it back. I think it's about 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch or so. So that is kind of a stopping point on this until we get the U-bolts in. As I got a measurement, we're within, this is a 3 1/8 on this side and that's 3 inch on that side, so literally just a hair and this thing will be straight. We need new bolts. We got Chevy push rods holding that right now, but as of right now, this is all in place. Now I'm not going to tack weld or anything until we get the U-bolts in, because I'd like to put the U-bolts in loosely and then jack this thing up by the pumpkin and make sure that we get this angle correct with the weight of the car on it. I don't want to, obviously that changes as this goes up and down, so we want to make sure we get everything dialed in before we burn it. And then yeah, we got some custom wheels being made right now as we speak with some skid steer tires on them, so those are going to go on this bad boy. We should probably pull the cover and make sure it's got fluid in it. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Possibly, I got to talk to him, but we might be Lincoln locking this bad boy because it is a derby car. So we'll see what he says. But for now, I think it's going to do it on the old rear end. So let's start up top, start getting some other stuff done, seat and whatnot, get after it. All right guys, seat's in. I got the top part of the harness in. I'm gonna have to weld some brackets down there, or at least the one on this side and then through bolt on the other side for the bottom side seat belts. So for now, this is gonna be it. Got some other stuff I gotta do today, but we made some progress. Rear end is pretty much in it, you know, temporary wise. Seat's done, half the harness is done. So I'm gonna call this pretty good progress for today. So sorry the video is a little short, not a whole lot of stuff got completed, but I want to just kind of upload a day's worth of work or evening's worth of work, so I get videos more consistently. So all right guys, I appreciate you watching. You know, hang around to see the final product, or as far as we get. Demo season's right around the corner, so we got to get this car done. But all right guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, you know, the thing. Catch you on the next one.